News that we've, I guess, been waiting for from Eli Lilly. Got to look at the stock, although we'll show you that Angelica Peebles is here and joins us now. But as you're talking, we should take a quick look at the early morning action in the shares. But take it away.
Yeah, that early morning action, not good. The stock down about 6% right now. And that's after we got this highly anticipated data on its obesity pill. And clearly there's some disappointment. So let's go through the numbers. People lost about 12% of their body weight after a little more than a year at the highest dose. Now, some analysts were looking for more like between 13 and 15%. And why is that 15% important? It's because that's how much people lost weight, how much weight they lost on Novo's Wegovy. And the premise of this pill, or Orforglipron, is that it's a once daily pill that works just as well as the weekly shot Wegovy, so you have an alternative. Now, onto the side effects. About 10% of the people on the highest dose stopped taking the pill because of gastrointestinal issues. Those are things like nausea, vomiting, and that's a bit higher than what we've seen for other GLP-1s. Though the rate of side effects like nausea and vomiting, they are similar to Wegovy, but more surprisingly, 1/4 of patients at the highest dose stopped taking the drug for any reason. Now, we don't know exactly what those reasons are, and we will get the full results at a medical meeting next month. Nonetheless, I did talk to a number of doctors yesterday who are excited about this pill, and that's because they hope that it's easier to make than other GLP-1s, and that should translate it into being cheaper, which might mean that more people can receive these drugs because, of course, right now, access is a big problem. And Lilly is expecting results from one more trial this quarter, and then they plan to file for FDA approval by the end of this year.
So it is a pill. I mean, I didn't see the transition from the needles to the pills. So it's in full effect right now for the GLP-1s, because I've seen advertisements that you put drops in something.
No,
that's fake.
We have no FDA approved pills at this point for obesity.
Okay, so but eventually on the way, I would imagine.
This is a pill.
This one, what's wrong
daily
with 12? Yeah, daily pill, 12.
And that's the thing. And that's where I think we have to take a step back, because obviously investors wanted to see more. They wanted to see 15%. And I do think the questions are going to be on that discontinuation. But when you talk to doctors, they say, look, like there was one doctor from UNC that I talked to, and she said right now the alternative is nothing, because people aren't getting access. Right. So if it's 12% versus nothing,
if you're seriously obese, 12 might not do it. But if you're just want to lose some weight.
But 12 is better than not
12%. If you're a 200-pound person and you lose 12%, that's 24. That's like exactly what you're trying to do.
Here, which is
I think it's the 300-pounder.
10% is because this was the next.
This is going to be the next
grail. This was putting Lilly out in front decisively versus Novo in the eyes of investors. And you see Novo shares in the pre-market up pretty strongly. GPCR, Structure Therapeutics, which has a pill.
Novo got crushed yesterday.
That's also higher pre-market.
Novo got crushed yesterday, I think, didn't it?
Not crushed, last week.
Was it last week?
Yesterday.
I thought it was.
Days are blending together. But yes, still not great yesterday. But, I mean, I think people saw this pill as a slam dunk. Mm-hmm. We saw the data earlier this year from that, diabetes trial, and people thought, okay, if you can lose 8% with type 2 diabetes, where we see less weight loss, we're going to see way more here, and we're not. And that's, I think, why you're seeing disappointment. Novo does also have a pill that they're expected to launch at the end of this year, and people have really written it off. Like, nobody's been excited about that.
Right.
But now, if you have, these lackluster results from Lilly, maybe they have more of a case.
I just can't believe that name wasn't taken already. What is it?
Orforglipron?
Orforglipron. That was available? I saw that come up in you practiced it.
No, I
saw that. Did you see it come up in the telephone? Orforglipron.
Yeah.
And it was available.
And it was
I would have snapped that baby up.
Yeah?
Where did they get that? That's the worst pill. That's the worst name I've ever.
Well, that would be the brand name when it eventually comes out.
I know, but
surely they'll come up with something snappier like Zepbound or Shot.
All right.
I don't know. I'm not a brand marketer, but.
But you play one on TV. No, you actually don't.
In terms of FDA approval, though, and time to market, does this change the expectation of the time frame, or no?
No, they're still expecting that they will, once they get that second data set to this quarter, they'll be ready to file by the end of this year. So they're still expecting next year. And again, like talking to doctors yesterday, people were saying it's not a big deal. We're going to overlook that. But again, the premise is just that if this needs to be less expensive than the shots. And so that's what we need to hear from Lilly, is truly, will this be the thing that gets this drug into the hands of more people? For them, it's cheaper to make. You don't have all the cold chain requirements.
Right.
So theoretically, this is still a viable option, and I don't want to, downplay that. This is not a failure. This is still a drug that works. But is it as competitive? Is it a slam dunk that people thought? That's the question.
Right. Angelica, thank you. Angelica Peebles.
I'm still looking. Are you sure? I think it was Novo was down.
It was down a little bit, but yesterday,
okay, and then it was down from
it's
down from 70 in the last.
Yeah, it's down.
But any missteps by Lilly helps Novo, and the fact that this is not as strong.
No, it's weird because there's
the thought is that Novo would have to bring their prices
down. But there's no win. So. They were all much higher than this. So Lilly was up almost at $1,000. Novo was double where it was. Is it the generics that have crushed this, or not?
The compounded version.
Compounded version.
For Novo, that's certainly part of it. But for Novo, it's also the fact that Lilly is taking so much share from them, and I'm sure we'll hear more.
Then Lilly ought to be up
later this morning. But this is about the pill, because the pill was seen as, Lilly's been seen as the winner. They're taking this race. There's far and away, they are the front runner. They're going to have the shot. They're going to have the pill. And now the question is that pill really going to be that great? If a quarter of people stop taking it, is this market that big?
The whole industry got too high. The high on Novo is 140. It's at 45. The high on Lilly was 972. It's breaking under 700 today. So nothing's good. What has changed so much? Things got out of control, I think. Thanks, Angelica. And don't miss our interview with Eli Lilly CEO David Ricks at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. These fads.
I don't know if it's a fad, but maybe the analyst community got too excited in terms of the total addressable market estimate.
No, obesity is a major problem. And this could be amazing.
Yeah, it's a major problem.